angels willing to hold us in their arms. When our worth of stone, our ashes, and we both passed on. Let forever mean forever and carry on.
Good afternoon. Sorry I'm running a little behind today. Man, I'll tell you what, I don't know what is going on with me, but I just am not feeling that great. I had other things that I was doing today, and then I had other commitments that I had to take care of as well, which kind of put me late getting in here and being able to get set up, being able to get the links and stuff tweeted out, which I had to do last minute. And so I'm running a little bit late. And coffee is like vital to the show. So I had to have time to get coffee made. I had to have time to get at least a few sips down me, and go from there. So got a little bit done. A fair amount done actually on Jen's bike today on the lighting. This morning I got back there and got started on it. Basically, as far as the back end is concerned, I just got to button up a couple of things, just more or less just solder a few connections and heat shrink them, and then up to the front. And all I have to do is mount the side marker lights on the fork of the bike, and then do the soldering and heat shrinking up there, and it's done. So probably I'm going to try to get back there after the show and work on it a little bit. Tomorrow it should be done, regardless whether I get back there again tonight or just get a chance to start on it again in the morning. Tomorrow her bike will be done. So I'm meticulous with this stuff, and I want it to be done right. I want it to, I put as much forethought in it as I can. I don't want wires to be rubbed or anything like that would cause a short or anything like that. So pretty picky about that kind of stuff. I tend to try to make things that will last. But it's coming together nice. It's coming together real nice. Let me run through financial information and stuff before I actually get started with what I want to speak about today. We'll just kind of make this as quick as possible. I'm still going to do my spiel, though. You're not getting out of that. Let's see. So what's up? We are at $9.40 on YouTube. So, woohoo, we're rich. Google AdSense, of course, we're still at $64.25. That won't change until the 11th of next month. And so the deal is with that, Google has a $100 threshold in order to be able to retrieve your money from them. We no longer want to do business with Google AdSense. And so what we're doing is building up our balance to $100. Whether it's normally it's only like a couple bucks a month. Evil had donated a $10 super chat the other day. That's why you see it $9.40. Otherwise, we'd be down around $2 or a buck something or whatever, which is our normal rate. So, however long it takes to get up to $100 in that balance, whether it be to a couple of bucks a month from video content or whether it be from super chats. Once we reach that, we are going to collect the money. That comes first. We're going to collect the money, and then live on the air during a monologue just like this, I'm going to cancel our Google AdSense account totally, which of course means we will demonetize our YouTube channel. So no more ads for YouTube. So anyway, I think it's the right thing to do out of principle. And it's just more of a headache and puts you as more of a target than what it's worth. So it is what it is, and so that's what our goal is, to get that balance up to 100 either through Super Chat or through a couple of bucks a month from video content, and I don't have to talk about it no more. That will be the day. Okay, so that is what is up with that. I do want to do a quick reminder to folks that Well, I don't have it up on the website yet. There is a 20% off sale right now on select flashlights. If you go to our homepage, thewatchmannews.com, you click that. It's not all flashlights, but on select flashlights, and I honestly don't know for sure which ones it is. And once you get to your cart, you can put in the coupon code EBS2, and if it's one of the right flashlights, then you will get 20% off. I know it sounds messed up. I wished I had a list of flashlights to give you. I know I plunked in 3 flashlights before I found one that the code worked. So, but it's a sale if you're looking for a flashlight. There you go, 20% off. Now, the other sale, Legacy, they ran out of the 158 serving combo bucket deals that was 44% off. But to my knowledge, they still have the 30% off on the 360 serving package. And of course you can access that at thewatchmannews.com. Just click that link there. It will take you right on over to Legacy, and you'll be able to get that, and it will give us credit for the sale, and it gives us a little bit. I have no problem being transparent. We get with Legacy, we get 10%. So if you spent $700 with Legacy, we would get $70. So that's just the way it works. So we get 10%. I think we get 10% on Nitecore as well. So it doesn't cost you anything more. So and you've got Legacy Foods. You got all their different foods there. Legacy Gear, and I still do have to finish these up. By the way, they've got everything from solar systems seeds to pre-built bug-out bags, auto emergency kits. And that's through Legacy as well. Alpha Defense Company, of course, they've got the face shields, and they've got arm sleeves and all kinds of goodies like that. And then of course Nitecore, which is flashlights. I got to get back in here and get this stuff added. If I don't have something on the site that you want, if Nitecore's got a flashlight that you want that I don't have the site, or that I don't have on the site, or Alpha Defense Company, or anybody, Legacy, just click the banner here, and it does the same thing. It will. It actually puts a cookie on your browser, and when you make your purchase, it gives us the credit for the sale. And like I say, we get 10%. So. It's much appreciated. We also have my Freedom Smokes for those that are into vaping or want to get into vaping. They've got some pretty awesome deals. I think I've actually got this page complete. I don't think I need to add anything more to this page. So, and the new one that we have that is not on the website right now, and you can find the link in the description of this live video. You can also find the link in the description of the monologue video, which I will make sure to get up tonight. You'll find the link. The very first link is to Avid Hemp, and that is where you can get CBD oil, CBD vape juice, awesome stuff. So, what's that? Yeah. Yeah, I still have to get the stuff, like the products and stuff listed on the website, but the link is actually in the description of the video. If you look right now in the description of the video, the very, very first link there is for Avid Hemp. If you click that link, it'll take you to their website. Like I said, it'll drop that cookie in your browser, and if you make a purchase, we will get. I think it's 10% as well. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 10% as well. So. Anyway, and I thought that was a good thing to. I thought it was a good thing to put on the site. I just haven't had time to actually get the products up on the website yet. But it doesn't matter. You use that link. That's all that matters. So, anyway, got that out of the way. I am going to be pushing the CBD stuff only because I do firmly believe in it. I really do. I'm not an idiot. And while I haven't used CBD products yet, I'm not an idiot. I have used related products for many years of my life, and I could swear by it for helping with things like anxiety, for helping with things like pain, So again, I'm no idiot. And when you take the effective components of the other related product, and you condense them. You break everything down to where there's more CBD than, say, THC. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. So I'm hoping to try some soon. I'm really hoping to try some soon, and we'll see. I want Jen to try some because I think it'll help with her pain and whatnot. So CBD oil, good stuff. And I know a lot of people swear by it, and that's why I decided to become an affiliate for somebody that works with CBD oil. So anyway, I think that takes care of all that good kind of stuff. So what I want to talk about. Well, I had if you want to call it a conversation. At this point, when you're speaking to a liberal, it's not a conversation. It's you and a brick wall. Not only just a brick wall, but a dead, crumbling, stupid brick wall. And so I wound up in a gun control conversation on social media. And you cannot, here's the thing, and this is what really gets me, okay? These folks will not look at any reality to anything related to it. They live in their own bubble, their own little world. And, I sit there and I think, my God, how can somebody be that freaking ignorant? Okay? It has to be willfully. And the reason why I say it has to be willfully is because if you were dense enough that you couldn't take the Second Amendment and get its meaning, right, and get the understanding of shall not be infringed, if you don't understand that, well, quite frankly, you're a dumbass, okay? They kept it simple for a reason. I remember being taught in school that they kept the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and all that. They kept it real simple for several reasons. Two of the biggest reasons were because, number one, they didn't expect that they were going to have a bunch of jerk-offs that kept trying to manipulate the language, so they kept it plain and blunt. Blunt, like these safe space freaks can't handle today, right? So that's why it simply says shall not be infringed, because it was bold. It was saying, look, no. I mean, plain and simple, under no uncertain terms, no. And they mean in any case, right? They didn't put any exceptions in there. They didn't even put exceptions in there for somebody that would be incarcerated. Think about that. There were no exceptions, not a single exception made in the Second Amendment. Not one. So all this, well, if you're a felon, if you smoke pot, if you know what, shall not be infringed. And they left it at that. What, you don't think they knew more words? Are you serious? The framers of this country were absolute geniuses. They could have wrote that out to 1,000 pages if they wanted to. But they didn't want to. That was the point. The point was to keep this a civil country by allowing its people to be armed. That would allow them to be not only civil with themselves, but even more importantly, the government, although we are the government, those that are elected, the elected officials, okay, would remain civil with us. Are the elected officials very civil with us today? I would certainly hope you don't think so. I would certainly hope you don't think so. Because when you go against their agenda, you will pay for it. You will pay. That don't sound very civil to me. That don't sound civil at all. And in many cases, their agenda is to make money. And if you go against that, you're going to run into problems. Look at the people that were protesting Standing Rock. Okay? Look at the torture that they were put under. Okay? Absolute torture. Sub-freezing temperatures, and they open up a water cannon on them. That's torture. That's torture. And it's all an argument over what? Oh, that's right. People not wanting their land destroyed. Their land. Then, of course, we've got Lavoy Finicum. I mean, it's never ending. And that is why when they said shall not be infringed, they meant shall not be infringed. Because they didn't want half of a citizen army because of somebody's half-cocked ideas of who or who should not own a firearm. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But if these idiots, right, if shall not be infringed just cannot click in their heads, I don't know how it couldn't. There's plenty of supporting documents. There's plenty of quotes from the Founding Fathers that make it very clear what they meant. But they refuse to address any of that. They refuse to address any of that. You know, this whole agenda thing is so bad in this country, it's unreal. It's absolutely horrid. But the worst ones are the ones that claim not to have an agenda when they've got a full-fledged agenda. See, even the guy, the acquaintance of mine that made this post that I had commented on, some time back he wanted me to help him with the group he wanted to start. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So he put me on the page and whatever. And it's like, you know, first of all, why would I start a new type of news thing when I've got my own? Number two, I knew he was an agenda-driven person, even though he claims no agenda. He claims truth. Well, it's kind of funny because about 3 weeks ago or so, he had posted something about climate change. And I gave him the links and the data and all the information that he would need to know about pole shift. Everything he would need to know. And he couldn't even reply to it. Why? Why couldn't he reply to it? Because it doesn't fit his agenda. So here you have a person that claims to want to start some type of an organization that is absolutely not agenda driven with a full-fledged agenda. You got to watch these people. You got to watch them close, and you have to really use discernment. Anytime I hear those words, oh, I don't have an agenda, I'm automatically looking for the agenda. Because there typically is one. And, you know, even we have an agenda. Okay? Even we have an agenda. And that is to bring truth to you. That's our agenda. To bring truth to you. But even more so, to empower you. Because that's what's most important. To empower you. Because by empowering you, that not only saves yourself, but it saves everyone around you. It saves me. It saves everybody. I don't see too many quote-unquote agendas out there that is trying to empower other people. All the agendas I see are trying to take control of other people. Whether it's liberals wanting to take control of conservatives, whether it's conservatives wanting to take control of liberals. And half these people on both sides can't even take control of their own piss. But they want to tell you what to do. They want to tell you what to do. And if you don't listen, they want to use their minions to kill you. That's a fact. That's a fact. We see it every day. We see it every single day. Which kind of leads into a next part of what I want to discuss. And it happens to be an incident that happened here in Illinois. And it's absolutely disgusting to me. It's absolutely horrid. It's ridiculous. And once again, when something like this happens, once again, you see them whip out the character attack. And it's insane. They're trying to call this guy out on nothing burgers. And I'll explain that. So let me go ahead and pull up the article. Many of you have probably already heard about this. Officer shoots and kills armed security guard outside South Suburban bar. So let me go ahead and read the article. That's strange. I know a guy that goes by that name and spells it like that. But that's not him. Spells it just like that. That's amazing. It's not him, though. Okay, Robbins, Illinois. Witnesses said that a Midlothian, and I'm probably saying that wrong, police officer responding to a shooting inside a South Suburban bar shot at the wrong person early Sunday morning. After security asked a group of drunken men to leave Manny's Blue Room Bar around 4 a.m. Sunday, witnesses said someone came back with a gun and opened fire. Security returned fire, and according to witnesses, 26-year-old armed security guard Jamel Roberson apprehended one of the men involved outside. He had somebody on the ground with his knee in his back, with his gun in his back, like, "Don't move," witness Adam Harris said. Soon after, witnesses said an officer responding to the scene fired at Roberson, killing him. Everybody was screaming out, "Security! He was a security guard," Harris said. And they still did their job and saw a black man with a gun and basically killed him. Authorities were releasing few details Sunday night. 4 other people, including the suspected shooter, sustained non-life-threatening injuries. A spokeswoman for, guess where, Crook County Sheriff's Office said Roberson had a valid, now listen to this, had a valid FOID card, but did not have a concealed carry license. Remember what I was saying about the character attack? Right there, they're trying. Right there, they're trying. A spokeswoman, I wonder if anybody can pick out what's wrong with that statement. A spokeswoman for the Cook County Sheriff's Office said Roberson had a valid FOID card, but did not have a concealed carry license. I'm kind of watching over there in the chat. We'll see if anybody can pick up on it. I'll continue reading. I'll watch the chat, and we'll see if anybody can pick up what's wrong in that statement. In a statement, Midlothian police confirmed 2 officers from the department responded to the scene of the shooting and that one of them opened fire. A Midlothian officer encountered a subject with a gun and was involved in an officer-involved shooting. The subject the officer shot was later pronounced deceased at an area hospital, Chief Daniel Delaney of the Midlothian Police Department said in a statement. Friends say Roberson was an upstanding guy who was also a musician, playing keyboard and drums at several Chicago area churches, get that, right? Who had plans to become, what? A police officer. Every artist he's ever played for, every musician he's ever sat beside, we're all just broken because we have no answers, said Reverend Patricia Hill of Purposed Church said. He was getting ready to train and do all that stuff. So the very people he wanted to be family with took his life. They'll take their own life. I mean, I know he wasn't an officer yet, but you be an officer, you be a quote-unquote good cop that tells on a bad cop and see what happens to you. The Cook County Sheriff's Office is handling the criminal investigation of the original shooting, while the State Police Public Integrity Task Force is investigating the police-involved shooting. Yeah, they're going to find themselves innocent of any wrongdoing. You watch. I wonder if, let's see. Okay, why are you saying, Smitty, what makes the difference if he had a concealed carry permit? That's what I'm going after, because they're demonizing him, right? They are demonizing him because he did not have a concealed carry license. They're saying, Once again, he had a valid FOID card, but did not have a concealed carry license. That's not the point. Whether it was concealed or not, we're not an open carry. At least I don't believe we're an open carry state. Which meaning you can't just because you have a FOID card, you can't strap one on your side and walk down the street. I don't even know if you can do that with a concealed carry. I don't know if you can open carry at all in the state of Illinois. I don't know. I don't have to worry about that issue. No, here's the problem. I'll give the answer. I'll give the answer to it. He was on private property. You don't have to have a concealed carry license to be on private property, especially property that you're employed by. It would be like him being at home with it on him, right? No difference. No difference. Okay, thank you, Casper. I didn't think there was open carry in Illinois, but yeah, he was on private property. He was at work. He didn't need a concealed carry license, right? So I don't see. They're just trying to demonize him. Oh well, he didn't have a concealed carry license. That means he shouldn't have had the gun on him. He's a security guard, you freaks. I mean, it's insane. It is insane what they will have or what they will do to demonize somebody. And apparently this was an outstanding individual. And this is my problem. This is a lot of people's problem. Because you have an officer-involved shooting like this. And things happen. I get that. Things happen. But there's no accountability. You watch. There's going to be no wrongdoing found. Right? So as far as the state police and their investigation, they're not going to find anything that the officers did wrong. They acted all within the blah, 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 blah. Right. So I guess it's too hard for them to get a beat on the guy. And before they pull the trigger, say, police, drop the weapon. I guess they can't do that. See, because I'm not a gun nut, okay? I'm not a gun nut. And I'm certainly not a gun professional. But I'm not a total freaking idiot either. And I know that if you've got a bead on somebody, if you've got somebody in your sights, and they start to pull their weapon after you've already got them sighted, I know that you've got plenty of time to pull that trigger. That's a fact. See, this whole, I feared for my life thing, they can shove that up their ass. I don't buy it. Because they could have clearly gotten that gentleman in their sights, ordered him to drop the weapon, and then responded accordingly. Okay? I guarantee you that Jamel would have most likely said, security, I'm security, and holstered his weapon. Or set it down, or whatever. I bet he would have. If he had the chance. They didn't give him the chance. They didn't give him the chance. They don't do that anymore. This mob doesn't do that anymore. The first opportunity they have, they're pulling the trigger. The first opportunity they have. And I know there's officers out there that aren't that way. But it's getting more and more few and far between. Hell, there was one guy, one officer, if I recall right, that was fired because he didn't kill somebody. Because he didn't kill somebody. Let me see. I'm pretty sure of this. Officer fired for not shooting man. Police officer fired for not shooting a black suspect. Well, this is where he won his court case. But you see, I mean, why does this stuff have to go to court? Right? CNN did the report here. An officer was fired after he chose not to shoot a distraught suspect. Now he's getting a $175,000 settlement. But here we go. West Virginia city has agreed to pay former police officer $175,000 to settle a wrongful termination lawsuit after he was fired for following his decision not to shoot a distraught suspect who was holding a gun. He had a gun. Right?
We read care labels on thousands of white garments and were surprised they had this.
This officer, you know, he didn't need to. He didn't need to kill this man and chose not to. Okay? And they fired him for it. Is that insane? I mean, where is any idea of de-escalating? Where's that at? It's insane, folks. You know, a good guy with a gun can stop a bad guy with the gun as long as the frickin' cops don't kill the good guy. I've got my own personal answer to it all, and I can't share it. That's what's sad. I can't even share my own personal opinion about this. What needs to happen to put a stop to this? And from what I can tell, it's probably going to be the only thing that's going to put a stop to this. As sad as it is. And no, it's not something I want. You know what I want? I want some damn accountability. Why can't these people come forward and say, hey, you know what? I screwed up. Maybe if they could do that, maybe we would have less and less incidents. I'm tired of seeing good men and good women getting killed at the hands of a disgraceful, despicable organization that is supposed to be there to protect and serve. You know, and the idiots, the bootlickers that, oh, you gotta respect the blue line. Respect the blue line. Respect my ass. Respect is earned, not just given, you entitlement freak. It's earned. Earned. You want to, typically the right side always talking about entitlement. Entitlement. You pieces of shit are the worst on entitlement. The worst. You think freedom and liberty is an entitlement because you fucking vote, you fucking dumbass. That's not how you get freedom. For some reason, when I hear the forefathers talk about defending freedom, I don't see a fucking ballot box. God. Time to wake up. People are dying. What the fuck is worse than that? What the fuck is worse than that? Innocent people getting fucking mowed down in the streets. What do you need more? What do you need? What line does it take? What line does it take? Because there ain't much more room to draw any more fucking lines. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. And they damn sure ain't interested in stopping themselves. Now, I'm sorry for losing it, but every time I think about that fucking ballot box, it sets me off. People hold that up like it's some fucking shrine. It's symbolism. You accomplish more by going to the bathroom and jerking off. It's time we grow up. Defending liberty has nothing to do with casting a ballot. Nor does it have anything to do with defending oppressors, defending murderers, defending the immoral. Pardon me. I want to see a better country, and we're not going to get it this way. We're not. Anyway, I guess let's do news. And I'm sorry for getting worked up. It's frustrating. I'm tired of seeing good people that try, they get killed. Or get tortured and left alive, either way. Okay, family says man shoved child to the ground and stole his puppy. That was down in Memphis, Tennessee. This gets me too. CNN sues President Trump and top White House aides for barring Jim Acosta. See, they've got a problem with their First Amendment being taken. They don't have a problem with taking your second, or your fourth, or your fifth, or any of the other ones. But see, it's the same way, right? Red team wants to take, constitutional rights away from blue team, and blue team wants to take constitutional rights again, away from red team. And you can't wake either of them up to get them to realize that that goes for everybody. It makes no sense. Talk about shooting yourself in the foot. This was crazy. This happened up in Canada. They told a boy with cerebral palsy to lie down in the water. Then they used him as a bridge. That's insane. Apparently they dared the boy to do it. The boy continued, no, he wouldn't do it. And then they made him do it. They threatened him and made him do it. Insane. Where the hell are the morals? Maybe if our supposed authority could show some damn morals, maybe other people would too. Now, I've always heard lead by example. Well, what are our leaders doing? How are they acting? Why don't you go ask a Catholic priest? Police put Ohio on lockdown after reports of potential active shooter. That was, let's see. I don't know if I said Ohio or not, but yeah. Turkey, with deep disappointment, withdraws from the conference on Libya. Merkel backs EU army plans. Europe must take its fate in its own hands. A long-awaited Brexit divorce deal text agreed at technical level. And I don't fully understand this. I don't know if they're getting rid of Brexit after they fought so hard to get Brexit. That's kind of what I get from that headline. I didn't read the article. Sue me. Let's see. U.S.-led coalition transfers Daesh terrorists from Syria's Hasakah. One of these days, I'll get the name of one of these places right. You watch. Saudis want to relocate consulate from Istanbul. Hey, I know I got that one right. After Khashoggi killing. Well-informed, get this, well-informed Stanford professor, the well-informed in quotes, I need to point that out, Stanford professor McFaul scoffs at idea of checking sources before tweeting. Nah, just say whatever the hell you want. It's fact then, because it's seen on the internet. Whatever you want, it's fact. No, I don't see anything wrong. Saudi intel officer in shock after listening to appalling tapes of Khashoggi murder, says Erdogan. I think they need to be released to the public. I do. I think those tapes need released to the public. The public needs to know what is going on. Because Saudi Arabia needs to stop sucking on the tit of the United States. Period. And that ain't going to happen unless there's absolute outrage. That's not going to happen unless all the idiots that don't want to believe what is happening on your dime, it won't happen. NATO drills fall out. Norwegian frigate almost underwater after oil tanker collision. quote-unquote completely safe, Monsanto owner Bayer hit with new wave of lawsuits over Roundup weed killer. U.S. will squeeze Iran with sanctions until the pips squeak. That's what Bolton said, until the pips squeak. I don't squeak my pips, dude, because that would totally, I don't know what the hell is that supposed to mean. Just don't squeak my pips. I'm warning you. I'll draw a line, and if you pip my squeaks, I'll draw another line. Okay, Merkel joins Macron in call for real, true European army after Trump slams idea. That is, probably something to pay a little bit of attention to. Okay? Man versus machine. Drone steals bike as helpless cyclist give chase. You've got to see the video. Evil, this is not meant to give you any ideas. I am not responsible for what you do after you see this video.
Inspire, ten unese jenom pár kilo, to je v klidu. Leda, že by měl?
Vrtulu v zadku. Aha.
Ale on ti jde.
Ty krávo.
To nedá.
Co mě poslednou ti ho fakt bere.
Máš tu pojištěný?
No nemám, ty vole. Potřeboval kolo.
Sej mi ho, hojzle.
Líčíš kolo, debile. Ty krása. No s tím fakt letíš někam po prdele, ne? A ty nemůžeš letět daleko, ne? Ej, tak tohle mi fakt nikdo nevěří.
Apparently the bike fell off the magnet like a few hundred meters away, and the owner of the bike was able to retrieve it. I'm sorry. Trump considers a cabinet reshuffle, eyes new DHS secretary and chief of staff. Unlike Elon Musk is using old tech, Russia shows off reusable nuke engine for Mars mission. That's pretty cool. And the last thing I tweeted is Kremlin's long arm, ? Norway says it's aware of Russia. It's aware Russia jammed GPS after glitches at massive NATO drill. So Russia did it. Russia's always doing it. Anyway, I'm going to close up the monologue with that. Get started on videos. Like I said, I'm just not feeling 100% today. And my little fit I threw didn't help matters any. So I'm going to go ahead and close up the monologue. For those that watch the live show, we will be continuing on till 8 p.m. For those that just watch the monologue or the recording thereof, thank you very much. As always, God bless you, we love you, and be one with your spirit.